Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at patreon.com/inspired disorder.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
This is my top 5 driving pet peeves. I haven't driven in probably close to a year because of the pandemic. I used to drive every day for many, many hours every day. I was driving for Uber and Lyft pre-pandemic in the before times. And just, spending a lifetime of driving in general. There are pet peeves. There are things that will just drive me insane that people do on the road. And this is my top 5 list of things that I hope people will never do around me, but I can almost guarantee they will again. So let's start it off with my number 5 pet peeve when it comes to driving, and that is the cars that have homemade bumper stickers made of like inkjet paper that they printed up at home, plastered all over the back of their vehicle. I mean, I've seen some that will get like actually acrylic words, like just entire paragraphs on the back of their car, which is insane as well. But the person that puts the homemade inkjet printer 8.5 by 11 paper, pasted like 20 pages of like nothing but right-wing propaganda, religious propaganda, anti-abortion, pro-gun, whatever it is, whatever delusional thing that they want to let everybody know behind them, it's just like plastered on the back of their car. I mean, those are the same people, if they had a pickup truck, would be flying like 6 different giant flags with like Trump's face on it, or the "Don't Tread on Me," or the defaced American flag with that blue stripe through the middle. But yeah, the cars there were many times driving to work in San Diego. There was this small like SUV, like a RAV4 type of a vehicle, and the entire back of it, multiple times I was behind this car because it was unmistakable when you saw it, because it's just a car covered in like 8.5 by 11 white paper with like some of them you realize that they didn't know that ink ran when it got wet, so they like had them laminated, so some of them like you can see that like where it leaked in, and it just horrible of just like the most hateful, ignorant propaganda. That's my number 5. And it's not that bad. It's just annoying to see. I feel bad for that person because they probably have mental a disease. They have some kind of they're so far gone in whatever reality they choose to believe in. But yeah, that's my number 5 pet peeve. Seeing people with homemade bumper stickers. I mean, people that have like their whole like just I can understand stickers, especially if like you're in your 20s. Makes sense. People have stickers, the decals, okay, clean it up. But you got 8.5 by 11 inkjet paper on the back of your car saying all this hateful shit, pretending to be like somebody who believes in Jesus, but it's just nothing but hateful stuff on the back of your car. Like, such a contrast, such a contradiction. But moving on, let's move on to my number 4 pet peeve when it comes to driving, and that are people that feel the need to pull into an intersection like it's on, with stoplights, but they pull in on a red. So they have a red light, but they pull in, right? Because they didn't get through in time. They're waiting to turn, and the light goes to red, but they decide to pull into the intersection and just completely block the intersection. So now, like, cars can't go through in any direction because this person had to just get in line behind this traffic. And it's just like, it's just so annoying. It's just like somebody that has zero, like, clearly somebody that would never wear a mask during a global pandemic. Like, that kind of level of, like, just selfishness, where it's like, I don't care about everybody else going in every other direction. I want to make sure I'm in line over here, which is like, it's so packed. Like an intersection has to be so packed that like the street you're turning into is full of cars. It happened a lot during like music festivals, like Coachella happened. Like insanity happens when you're trying to drive around, taking people to Coachella. But yeah, so that's my number 4. People who pull into an intersection on a red, and it's like they, blocking all the other traffic. So my number 3 is when a lifted truck is directly behind you, and they have the brightest aftermarket headlights blaring eye level, right? It's lifted to your perfect eye level. I'm sure on purpose. I'm sure that's a common height because they like to be like people that drive lift. I used to be a guy who wanted to have a lifted pickup truck in my 20s. I used to be an asshole. I used to be a douchebag. I didn't even know it. But these douchebags in their penis extenders lift their car to a height where the headlights will shine through your rear window directly into your eyeballs. And they have like the brightest headlights ever. Annoying, because you can't like, it's just like there. It's glare. It's horrible. And it's at night. I mean, when obviously, which it makes it hard to see everything else. Like they're not only annoying me, but they're making it difficult for me to see. Annoys the hell out of me to see that. You're pulling up to a stoplight, and I don't know what they can do. They have to change the height of their vehicle. They can't turn their headlights off. I'm sure that's just their default setting. Bright as fuck is the default setting of those headlights. So I don't know what they can do. I mean, just get a different car. Crush your ego, whatever you need to do to not have to drive around in a lifted pickup truck. But it's just like, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. There's not a whole lot you can do. It's just annoying when a big pickup truck is behind you and the brightest of lights is shining right in your face. So next, moving on to my number 2 pet peeve while driving are people that don't use blinkers. Like, it is the easiest thing you can do to let people know you're going to be moving either to a different street, to a different lane, whatever it is. And all of the people, every time I'm in a car and somebody who's a jerk is driving, of course, they never use their turn signals. Never. Like, I'm automatic. I just don't think about it. Just use the thing. I mean, the thing I love about the blinker is that when I have the blinker on and somebody's not letting me in, which is could possibly be a pet peeve, and I start merging, it's like I've tried. I got the blinker on. Like, I use the blinker. If you're not going to view my blinker as the signal that it intends to be, that I'm moving over, then that's on you. That's on you if you're not paying attention or just not willing to let me over. But the people that don't use blinkers and just like cut in front of you, or they're turning and you don't know they're turning because they don't have a blinker on, so you're waiting for them to, you think they're going this way. I'm turning onto a major street, right? And there's this car coming, and I think they're coming through. But at the last minute, they turn. It's like, I'm waiting here for nothing. All you need to do is use the thing, the signal, a little clicky thing. Just a complete lack of regard for people. Like, it is like one of the most douchebag things to do while driving is to not use a turn signal. There's this one dude, used to be a friend, would do the opposite. Like, if he was merging right, he would click the left all the time. He was clearly an asshole. There's the reasons why the friendship came to an end. But yeah, just people that don't use blinkers are just like, it is really saying something about the person you are if you don't use blinkers. It is like the easiest thing to do. All right, moving on. Last but not least, my number one pet peeve while driving are people that tailgate. It annoys that it happens all the time out here. Speed limits are very high in general. So there are, when there's people from out of town, which is, this is a vacation destination. So a lot of people come in. Once it starts cooling down during the winter months, they leave their states that are full of snow, and then they come to Palm Springs where it's nice and warm still. But they're not used to driving 50 miles an hour down a residential street. Not a residential, but just, normal side streets. Most other places have a little bit lower speed limits for when you're driving around. Out here, it's pretty fast. And locals love to drive even faster. So if it's like 50 miles an hour, they'll go 70. Locals love to drive like just complete assholes out here. And what they love to do is tailgate. Now, every time this happened while I was out driving, it would they're doing it when there's another lane for them to go around. They're doing it to be an asshole. And I'm driving speed limits. I'm not driving over the speed limit. I'm not driving under the speed limit. I'm driving the speed limit. I am obeying every traffic law to the detail because I'm driving so much. I have no money. There's no way I'm going to be getting a ticket. I can't afford to get a ticket. So I am, by the letter of if it's 50 miles an hour speed limit, I'm driving 50. And there's another lane, and these assholes want to pull up right behind me, right? I'm driving a minivan, so they probably think I'm at it, especially when I had my Colorado plates. This happened a lot. But I don't do that shit, man. I will slow down. I will pump the brakes. There was one time I was done for the night. Done for the night driving home. And this one guy in a SUV behind me. Of course, they got their brights up too. Right behind me, not lifted, just SUV. And just on my ass. I can't even see the headlights because they're so close to my bumper. So I pump the brake a little bit, pump the brake, and then, they're still doing their thing or whatever. Maybe they honk. And then I just slow down. Take my foot off the gas, and eventually they use the other lane, and they pass me. And what I do is I start tailgating them. I act like a lunatic. Like I am going to murder you. Like I am going to follow you home. And that's what I would do. I just follow him for a while. You turn in left on this street. All right, I guess I'm right behind you, buddy. I'll be right behind you. It's just so annoying. You're actively being an asshole. It's like I can understand, okay, the blinker maybe forget or doesn't work or just whatever. I don't know. It's annoying. But like to tailgate somebody, it's like you are like one step away from hitting my car. Go around, bro. Anyway, so yeah, that's my number one pet peeve while driving are people that tailgate. Like there's zero reason. Like you are just inviting a car accident. There's zero reason to be that close to somebody. It is so annoying. So annoying. It's annoying to be in a car when somebody's doing it to somebody else. It's annoying when it's happening to you. It's just like there's zero reason for it. And it happens all the time out here. It's so annoying. And it's all the locals. All the locals because they're angry at all the people that come into town, and bring all the money. And it's miserable to live here, so I understand that. But, they hate the fact that the roads are clogged up, because a lot more people on the road during the summer. It's pretty easy to get around. There's not a lot of people living here during the summertime. But yeah, tailgating, it's just, nothing gets me fired up like somebody tailgating me. But that's it, my top 5. Let me go over my top 5 pet peeves for driving. Number 5 are the people that have the homemade bumper stickers spouting their Christian right-wing propaganda. Number 4 is pulling into an intersection on a red light, blocking an intersection. Number 3 are lifted trucks using their high beams at eye level. Number 2 is no blinker. And my number 1 pet peeve for driving is tailgating. Please let me know what your pet peeves are in the comments below. Hit me up on Twitter at Ray Taylor. Let me know why I'm wrong about everything or why I'm right. Add what you would add or take away. Let me know. But yeah, that's my top 5 driving pet peeves. Get yourself $25 in new credit when you sign up for your great new cell phone service over at Ting. Go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Ting. Sign up now with that link, and you get yourself $25 to put towards a new device, put towards your service. But it's a great quality service that you do not pay an arm and a leg for. I love it. I've been using it for years and pay so very little. I could almost pay 2 months of my cell phone bill with $25 credit that you get for free when you go through my link, inspireddisorder.com/Ting. That's Ting, inspireddisorder.com/Ting. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Binge the full week ad-free over at patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com and follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!